Taurus, you are facing a decision that will affect your joy and abundance moving forward. Do you release the old and embrace the gifts that are before you? Or do you continue down the same path as before? The choice is yours. Let's do it. Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you guys so much for joining me here, and welcome to my table. If you're new here, hello, my name is Zachary. It's nice to meet you. And if you're returning, it's good to see you guys again. Pull up a chair, my friends. I did save you a seat. So, my Taurus friends and friends of Taurus, I do have a message here in meditation, a couple oracle cards pulled. We'll get into tarot as well. It's good to see you again. Another round here. So let's just get into it. The first component that came through was breaking point. As I sat on that, it also morphed into breakthrough. So like a breakdown versus a breakthrough. The process is the same. The pressure is the same. The outcome is dependent on our choice. Like I said there in the beginning, are we releasing the old and choosing a new path, the gifts that are in front of us, or are we choosing to continue down the same path that we've always known? We shall see. I was shown this shape here too, and I'll show the camera. When I drew it out, it kind of looks like a sperm, honestly, sperm cell. But the way that it was shown to me is very difficult to draw. So the top half here is white. The bottom half is black, light and shadow, light and dark. And then that tail there, it actually, like it was cracking open. This is where it's difficult to draw. So like the light and dark started cracking open at the very end, and that tail is the crack. But it looks like a sperm. So breaking point or breakthrough point. The next thing I was given was it'll all be over soon. And it was specifically in the Titanic character, the Irish character there near the end, where she's talking to her children saying, it'll all be over soon, right? She's reading in the land of Tir na Nad while everything is sinking. She's holding this very peaceful and safe space for her children while chaos and destruction is happening. It'll all be over soon, okay? The next thing that I was given, I have chills on that. I'm feeling emotional today, so I'll just be transparent about that. The next thing that I was given was I Buried Love. And this is a poem that I wrote for, it was a love reading, but like not your average love reading is what it was. I'll post it here in the comments and also in the description of the video if you guys want to go check it out. But I do want to speak that for you. So I buried love. I buried love underneath the bruises from waiting, encased it in silence. I hid it beneath the aching for the almosts and never could be's. And yet, love has remembered my name. It has come back softer, unchanged by the time I spent disappearing. It didn't knock. It just returned. And at the same time, I found myself opening the door. When I first released that, I did get a lot of comments surrounding it hits, right? It hits home, but this like congratulations of like, oh, like whoever that is, whoever that guy is, he's so lucky. That is not what this is about. This is not about a partner. When I wrote this, it was about being human. And there just feels like this is a very emotionally charged reading. And I'm not entirely sure why, but we'll get into it further, okay? So this process, a decision that needs to be made to open this door, right? Love never really went anywhere. It was always there. Fuck. Excuse me. Okay, let's get into this a little further, you guys. The next thing that I was given here was the dark clouds are here to give water to your buried heart. Let it grow. And I was shown kind of that light and dark again here of this container, like a heart container. Your heart-shaped box, burying that deep in the soil. And the intention was for protection, to hide it. And now there is a choice here where we can allow it to grow. We can either see the torrential downpour here as a misfortune and seek to protect that further, or we can let it grow through something that has been destructive. And I don't feel like this is romantic love only. I'm talking about the force that is love, God, if that's what you want to call it, source, universe, the energy that holds all of this together. We can't run from it, although we may try. That's what that poem is about. I love you guys. Let's do this. Okay. So I was given the number 9, which is an ending number, something coming to a close. And then I was also given the color orange, which is the sacral chakra. Creativity, sexual energy as well. It does feel like there is something that might be blocked here. 611 on the timer. That's my number for being on the right track. I do have, it's called a wah-wah tube, but this is the sacral chakra. I do want to strike this 3 times, you guys, just because I'm feeling called to do so, and I have it here. So those of you with sensory issues, heads up. I'm going to strike this 3 times if you want to close your eyes and enjoy this, whatever you're doing, okay? I really love these. These are nice. Okay. I love you. The Morrigan, Call of the Morrigan Oracle here. So a couple came through. The first one here, Washer at the Ford. So Washer at the Ford here. This is about cleansing, release, washing things away. She is one who mourns those whose lives have been cut short. And she also offers a choice. So I'm feeling very much the Lover's card here too, which is Gemini, being at a crossroads, a need to make a decision between what it is you think you want to do or need to do or have to do. She's here, and I feel this grief. It's this grief that comes through. She's mourning for any life that was cut short. And I see that as not just a physical life, but like when romantic love or familial love, friendship love, when that portal is opened up between 2 hearts or more than 2 hearts, that is creating a life. That is a life in and of itself. So it feels, and I get, I feel emotional, like I said, it feels like there is this grieving and mourning energy that's coming through here, which is okay. That's okay. It feels like this is something maybe that we haven't allowed to exist. So this is coming through here to give us that opportunity to truly wash it through, to wash it away. The next one here, I did feel called to read directly from the book because there was so much good stuff in it. Okay, so this is Cauldron of the Dagda, and this is number 14. This is number 4 here too, Washer at the Ford, which all together breaks down to a 9. I just thought that was interesting. So Cauldron of the Dagda. I'm going to read this here for you guys. The Cauldron of the Dagda reminds us to care for and nourish ourselves as well as those around us. It signals a time of abundance and success as well as an end to sadness and struggle. I love the dynamic between these 2 cards here. It was just a perfect pull. Embrace the gifts the universe is offering you. Abundance yields generosity. Share your abundance with others. The abundance that Dagda offers is for all who surround him, friends and strangers alike, potentially making friends from strangers. His generosity builds community. He offers hospitality and a safe haven. In order to live, you need the connections and support of others. How are you going to make the world better than how you found it? Where is in your life can you share your abundance in times of discord and want? This card can signify a restoration of order once the chaos ends. What in your life requires attention and rejuvenation? So this is an energy of abundance, joy. Look how freaking happy he is. And I find this interesting, like the spiral energy in the cauldron versus the energy that's being washed in the river here. It seems very connected. So we have a choice. And the component there about chaos, where do I put this? The component here about chaos, in times of chaos, this signals an end to that. And having that in meditation with the storm clouds, all of that, this feels like such a beautiful message, you guys. And at the same time, it's, well, I mean, emotions are beautiful. It feels purifying. It feels cleansing. And I feel like even just doing this for me here, this is a process of purifying and cleansing too. So thank you for holding space for me too, you guys. I am certainly human as well. And, you know, with things 11:11 on the timer, with things being difficult everywhere all the time, but now especially, I think we can all agree there's a lot of pressure that was either not there or was not apparent to most of us, right? Regardless, it affects me too, and I feel very deeply, and I feel deeply connected to this planet and everybody on it. So when I feel like I'm feeling for everyone. Thank you guys for holding space for me too. This community means a lot to me as well. Okay. Let's get into this further, please, Spirit. I wasn't crying before this either, so this is just, yeah, thank you for holding this nice Taurus energy, that stability in that earth, Venusian energy, right? I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Okay, so this is the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle deck. I want to get a little further into this here, please, Spirit. You want to do Rose first. Okay, this is a new deck too. I felt called to wear my roses, and actually the stones that I'm wearing here too, rose quartz. I've got my black pearls, my white pearls as well. All of these are connected to a form of protection, love, self-love, universal love. The pearls in particular, the light and the dark, I didn't even mean to plan that, but there's a component of like letting something be imperfect, which is all of us. I just feel that energy here in this reading. If you're struggling with perfection, which we all are experiencing, South Node Virgo right now, we're releasing the perfection, the shadow of Virgo. Let's make that decision to do that, right? I'm here too. I'm here too with you guys, okay? We'll get through this. I feel one here, please, for Taurus. This is the Rose Oracle. Ooh, okay. The Mystic Rose. Compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. I feel like this is right on point with, well, what I'm feeling here, but also what we're talking about. This perfection, maybe this has to do with, I mean, if you're anything like me, well, this feels like a time to just be transparent and open and honest. If you're anything like me, gosh, I really struggle with the demand that I put on myself to be perfect, especially when it comes to connection. In this case, compassion is so important. I feel like we understand this outside of ourselves much easier than towards ourselves. And some may be a little bit better about giving that to themselves. I know personally it's something I very much struggle with. I know a lot of the time on the channel here too, I put my best foot forward. I don't want to be crying on camera all the time, right? The world is harsh right now. And we're being asked to Embrace the softness of the rose, maybe even while clutching the thorns, right? There is a beautiful, divine experience through the aroma, the high frequency of the rose. And this also means that there are thorns, right? I just find it interesting that, and this looks like, kind of looks like Mother Mary, honestly, holding this rose here. Okay, let's move forward here, you guys. So let's do the animals at this point. For Taurus, please, Spirit, general energy or message that they need to know at this time, please. The eagle. Hummingbird here at the bottom. Hummingbird here at the bottom. Got a new mic here, and it's supposed to be closer to my mouth, so thanks for your patience as I'm figuring that out too. The hummingbird, positivity comes through with this, you guys, and not like a toxic positivity where we're using it to cover up something. This positivity is present here in what's being offered through choice, but what needs to happen first, 1551 on the timer, is to release, is to let something wash away. And this typically happens through crying. This makes sense why there are tears. Eagle comes through as your general energy. There's courage that's being requested here right now, you guys, in order to experience the freedom that the eagle experiences, that is our birthright. Whether this is physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, wherever we feel caged right now, wherever we're caging ourselves, allowing ourselves to be caged, or potentially being caged by somebody else. There are situations where we have choices taken from us. To be brave and grab the sun there with both talons. Eagle child is how the book puts it. So there's some courage that's needed right now. And gosh, in a world that is so harsh with these thorns, I think especially as a man, men are typically only allowed to feel joy or anger, or this is usually what is socially acceptable. Women have their own set of expectations as well, and all of it's garbage because we're all human, right? Okay, what's blocked here? What's blocked here for Taurus, please? I know that that eagle too. We have some insane solar flares right now, and I don't know if you guys are feeling that. I'd love to hear anything that you're going through. Please be mindful of, re-traumatizing or triggering other people, but emotions are always safe here in this space, okay? I just find it interesting with the sun, though, solar flares. My head, especially these last few days, had just been pounding. I can't get it to go away. So that's cool. That's cool. Blocked energy here. You have the deer. This is the divine feminine principle. This is receiving. It's rest. So kind of back to the beginning here, like I said, whether it's romantic love, whatever the love is, it's about opening the heart. It's about leading a life with an open heart, allowing the heart to be open. Allowing the heart to be open. I feel this personally, you guys. And again, thank you for allowing me space to be human too. It can be terrifying to allow ourselves to be open or to choose to be open. We all have a bloody history. We all have blood that we need to wash away, right? So, the divine feminine, receptive energy, and we're all here healing that, you guys. This is what's blocked. What does Taurus need? What does Taurus need? I was trying to make this one a little bit quicker, but it turns out I can't hurry my emotions, huh? It's okay. It's okay. The spider. Tarantula. The whale here at the bottom here. This is diving deep as I'm talking about feeling too. This is the whale. See, that is very Scorpio energy in particular. The ability to dive really deep. We need to come up for air though sometimes too. And this is where I feel positivity is coming in. There is multiple decisions that need to be made. To release, to feel what that feels like, to release it, and to also be open to love and positivity and abundance coming through too. All of it, holding all of it, and not shaming or idealizing any of it. It's all meant to be experienced. Okay? Tarantula. So what we need at this time, this is a decision, you guys. The tarantula waits and is patient to strike, knowing that we will make the decision that is best for us to make in this situation. And it feels like opening up, making the decision to be brave, eagle child, and let your heart be open, regardless of what's happened in the past. And I know there's varying levels of trauma that make things very difficult for a lot of us. One step at a time, one day at a time, okay? And I'm there with you too, Taurus. All right, let's get into tarot here for you guys. So this is the Curious Travels deck. We'll start with your first deck. Hopes and dreams here for Taurus, please. Emperor here at the split. Taking back our personal power. I do feel like there is a hope there to connect better with the Empress, the divine feminine, to achieve a better balance. The Emperor knows that he doesn't have access to his gifts, his abilities, without his access to the Empress, the divine feminine. Okay, Four of Cups here at the bottom. This is your hope. You're hoping for something new. 21 on the timer. You are tired of the same old, same old. These 3 cups that are on the table signify what we've had or what we have currently. This cup here is an offer, something new. But we can miss this offer if we're bored, if we're stuck in negativity or pessimism, which is going to be a signal effect of not letting something flow. Okay? If we're stuck somewhere, there's emotion that's stuck. Hyper focus on spirituality or being too positive even. We're talking about balance here. Something is coming through as far as an offer. That Ace of Cups could be a person specifically. I put in quotes here. I feel like the offer is less maybe tangible. For some of us, it could be a person, and more an opportunity to reframe something, to flip the script, to change the narrative of how we show up with love, how love shows up for us, right? Okay, I'm going to use the This May Hurt Tarot for your second deck. So for Taurus here, please. 3 of Pentacles at the split. I feel like there is a bit of a fear of working with others. We're very much talking about pain here from the past, getting in the way of connecting well. Do you want this one? No. Okay, let's talk about it. Star came out here. So this is, we have the World here at the bottom as well. So a major ending, something coming to a close. The Star here, this is renewed hope, fortune after difficulty. So I do feel like there's been more than one Tower moment here for us. We're being asked to, I feel like lift, look up, you guys, look up. The stars are shining. The sky may be dark, but the stars are there. You can't pick and choose what's present. Interesting. 8 of Swords here at the bottom. So this is your fear aversion. This is a mental trap. Very Gemini energy, getting stuck in the head. This is not a real, we're not actually stuck. We're not actually bound. This is us that's done it to ourselves because of our own mind. I feel like we really need to push this energy down here, okay, into the heart space. All right, let's get into this a little bit further. General for Taurus at this time. Temperance comes through. So again, we're talking about balance. We're bringing two extreme forces or belief systems even, is kind of what I'm feeling. As a Gemini, I feel the full spectrum of human emotion without getting stuck on just one. And some people may see that or perceive that as crazy or unstable. I really don't give a shit. I think it's really beautiful. I appreciate being able to feel everything most of the time. This feels like 2 belief systems, though, like I love love. I hate love. These two forces that are clashing. We can, this is the alchemist though, we can alchemize those energies. We can choose to find a better balance here. So this is what we're talking about. We're exploring the emotional realm. This, he's got a foot in the water and one on the land. This symbolizes exploring the emotional realm while also staying grounded. So we're not getting lost in, and I feel like this is signified here in these two energies too, of the grieving and releasing, and then joy and abundance that's coming forward. Both can happen and will happen at the same time. Okay. Seven of Swords comes through here as well for temperance. This is a 25-25. Lots of numbers here today. This is a theft, betrayal kind of energy, sneaky energy. I feel that we are stealing from ourselves by not allowing one experience to exist. So in this picture, we can either be the person having the sword stolen, or we are the person stealing the swords. Trick question. We're both. Maybe not at the same time all of the time, but we play both roles throughout our lifetime. And there's something about that switch of roles that's also connected to the belief systems. They need to come into congruency. Okay. What I'm getting is that they're like two very separate experiences, to the point of even maybe having two different like personalities depending on what it is that you're experiencing. And we're being asked to build a bridge between the two. They're not separate. Expectation. I feel like there is, here we go. There is an expectation, like I was saying, that for men or for women, like as a general trope is what I'm talking about. Like, men aren't allowed to cry and women cry too much, right? It's all bullshit. Taurus, it's all bullshit. It's important for us to embrace all of that because we are all of it. Any other advice here on the general? For Taurus, please. Abundance, an inflow of money, love, or rewards. There's also communicate, receive, and express the truth. I feel very much in that energy right now. And I would say I just feel very transparent right now. That would normally make me feel pretty vulnerable. And I feel safe in this energy right now, expressing those things. May not always feel that way, but I feel like that's a part of the message coming through. You are being held here by our Divine Mother. You are the rose. You're being given compassion, grace, to give that to yourself. So yes, abundance, an inflow of money, love, or rewards. Again, back to that dual energy of the Morrigan Oracle. Good stuff. Let's look at the good stuff here for you too. Ooh, Taurus. Okay. Two of Cups. This is Cancer and Venus. This is connection, you guys. This is a relationship. Whether that's romantic, friendship, business partnership is yet to be seen. But this is connection starting. I'd love to see this in your good stuff here, especially with this message. It's important to release whatever it is that we need to release grief-wise. Go cry. Let yourself cry in the grocery store because a song came on. Who fucking cares what somebody thinks about it? That's not what we're doing here. It's not what we should be doing here. Okay? I like that there are also snakes here, as we're in the year of the snake. It's a time for shedding skin, making the decision to shed, to choose a new path. I love this. And the abundance that comes with that, well, money, love, or rewards. And rewards. What else here for the good stuff? Oh my goodness, you guys, interesting. So this is a card specific to the This May Hurt deck. It's This May Hurt or This May Help. So in the upright, which I don't shuffle these in reverse, in upright, it's This May Help. In reverse, it's This May Hurt. So when this comes through, this is on the pulse. When this comes through, the way I take it is it's your choice. It's your choice. It very much feels like you're either in a relationship, there's a chance for a new relation to shift that relationship to something new, or to end it and move on to something else. That goes for romance, friends, family, whatever, community. if it's going to help or hurt is dependent on you. We've been talking about that choice. There's a choice that needs to be made here. This one here. There's a choice that needs to be made to experience this, to allow it in. And with that poem too coming through here, it feels like somebody's got an opportunity to connect in a way that is scaring them. And maybe they haven't had this opportunity before. And they're just seeing fear of what's happened before in the past, right? Or whatever, just general fear. Things are hard right now. There's no reason we need to lie about that. And there are good things too, but there's also some bullshit, okay? This is the Tea Leaf Oracle. I want to pull 2 here. Good stuff for Taurus, please. Let me get a little bit more information on the relationship, the choice, whatever this 2 of Cups symbolizes. Coins, okay. Money will be coming to you. So this very well could be business, a business partnership for some of you. But it feels like money that's coming through the connection with another. What else here, please, for Taurus? Bottom. Crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Interesting, Taurus. So if you're not wanting a child right now, be safe, right? Enterprise is what's standing out to me here. This feels like business for a lot of you. Or for some of you, I don't know, 54.7%. Do you want one of these 2? Okay. For the good stuff, please, and then we'll move forward. Embrace, find peace with your current state of being. I feel like this is the way through. The current state of being could be grief. Maybe you feel acceptance to accept past and current situations, work through issues gracefully. Maybe you feel like you have to put on a face. I know I do sometimes, especially doing this job. You know, who wants to watch somebody have emotions? Like I said, screw them. Okay? Embrace where you are, even if it hurts, especially if it hurts. We can't just push that away. There is a process where we grieve what's been lost so that we can choose to wash it away. Then that abundance is there too. Not that it's like you do this and then this comes through. What I feel about that is the abundance and joy is coming through at the same time, but we may not see it or experience it in the way that it was designed to be experienced because there is grief that's holding us back. It's not an if you do this, then you're rewarded kind of thing. I know this says rewards. It exists at the same time. The reward is accessing that frequency where you get to enjoy it. But we can't get there until we release the other frequencies. And it's not just a one-time process most of the time. Okay, let's move forward. What you don't see coming. What is in the dark? What's hidden at this time? 4 of Wands. The bee imagery here is standing out. Community is something that's been coming through here. 4 of Wands is crossing a major threshold, a major accomplishment, a finish line of sorts, okay? So you don't see crossing over or accomplishing something. Maybe you don't see healing whatever this is. 4 of Wands can be wedding too. So if this is a relationship, maybe what you don't see coming is the depth and the value and the strength that this relationship can have, whether it's romantic, business, friend, whatever. But this is our kindred souls too, hanging out with a community that loves us and that we love them. Cool. What else here? 6 of Swords comes in to clarify what we don't see coming. That snake. We don't see the snake coming. The snake here in this one is chasing us into calmer waters. 6 of Swords is a transition. There's something that needs to be sacrificed. There's something that needs to be washed away in order to make that trip. But we're also being guided. In this case, we're being chased here, right? Since we had the snake imagery come through here too. This feels like a big year for transformation, especially being the snake, the year of the snake. Okay, let's move forward here. What your challenge looks like. So just finishing that up, big transition, you guys. I feel like if this is romantic love, whatever the love is, opening our heart, this feels like something that we have tried to do or we've been working on doing for a long time. And we haven't really been seeing maybe that it's our effort means anything is kind of what I'm getting. Something happening where we don't feel that way anymore. Actually, can I get a little bit more on that, please? Fear. Expecting the worst, afraid of failure, wasting time on negative thoughts, and peace. Peace and contentment are coming to you. So yes, okay. Whatever form this looks like, it's coming through another person, connection to another person. But we're able to move into calmer waters, okay? When we open up to this person, and this isn't like nobody needs to be laid bare in the course of a week, right? Opening ourselves up or choosing to be open is a daily decision, sometimes moment to moment decision. This doesn't mean that we are, constantly connected to somebody or sharing everything that we're experiencing with people constantly. There are things that are okay for this is talking about like when it is too much, when we do need community, when we do need connection, opening up to that, reaching out and saying, I do need help. Okay. Don't let the fear overtake you. Challenge. What do we have as the challenge right now? That's funny. It's like, did I just pull the Six of Swords? Six of Swords. So we had Six of Swords in both decks. Yes, the challenge is making that transition. But what we don't see coming is that transition is going to happen. When we decide, with fear coming through, when we decide not to listen to the fear, fear will never disappear. And that is not the goal. The goal to eradicate fear is not real. As long as we have a human brain, there will always be fear. This is where we develop strength and courage. That's where courage comes in. That is another energy. That is another voice inside of us. That is the divine. That is reminding us that we can overcome human difficulty. I feel very passionately about that. I hear from a lot of people like this. It's a toxic positivity, okay? To be constantly wanting to be in the light, only positive, only joy, only this, nope, 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 no fear, nope, 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 nope. That's not real, you guys. It's not real. It's important not to wallow in any energy. But you will never destroy fear. So stop trying. Start working more. Instead of running from the nightmare here, run towards the dream. Focus on building that strength and courage instead of eliminating fear. Okay? What else here? Eight of Pentacles as the challenge, along with the Six of Swords. Burnout is what's coming through for me on this. This is the passion that we put into our work. Heart, passion. I do feel like making this transition, wanting to move to a more peaceful area, we're tired. We're tired of trying to force our way through that. And I feel that this message with fear is important, you guys. That's not to say that like when we are in safe spaces and we're experiencing peace and joy, that doesn't mean that fear is going to just like sideswipe us. Sometimes if we have anxiety or panic disorders, which is also not a failure, okay? Seems to be prevalent in spiritual communities where there's a lot of blame and shame put on individuals for being human, for experiencing human things like illness or emotions, okay? Let yourself be afraid and find that voice of courage that matches it. This is what it means to be the alchemist. These are the two forces here with temperance too. Be brave, eagle child. Yeah, that came through here too with the eagle. Okay. Let's pull one of these here with the challenge, please. And then I'll pull an oracle card and we'll close this out. For the challenge for Taurus. Dedication. That was here in the Mystic Rose too. Devotion. Stay dedicated to your goals, efforts that will reap success. If you're anything like me too, when it comes to manifestation or when we're creating things, and this is what I'm talking about with grief or fear, those will never disappear, and the swing of the pendulum will never end either. We're constantly spiraling. It's always going to happen. What's important, though, is to remember that concept while we're in the shadow too. When we're in the light and when we're in the shadow. Things feel good. You like the way things are going. Just wait a minute. It'll change. You don't like how things are going. You're feeling bad. Hold up. It'll change. And that will never, ever end. So let's own that. Okay. The dedication is to you. When we are in the shadow, to not stop, to not give up on ourselves or those around us. Maybe you do need to cloister. Maybe you do need to take care. Maybe you need to give some compassion to yourself. That's good. But don't give up on understanding that it has to swing back to the light. Just as when we're in the light, it has to swing back to the shadow. Okay? I'm going to pull a Medicine Heart Oracle here to close this out. For Taurus, please. Last message for Taurus. Ascendancy capacity, 33. Oh, it's the lion. We're talking about courage and strength. Continue to engage in your process, recognizing your limits are being tested, and you now have the power to overcome that which once held you back. Even so, take care and apply compassion so that you navigate the line between, stop it, between breakdown and breakthrough. Oh my God. I just have all the chills. That came through in meditation. Okay. This is a testing time with an extremely positive end in view. Honor your power whilst you trust in your compassionate wisdom. I love these oracle decks here. Who is this? I'm forgetting her name right now. Alana Fairchild. She just, I don't know who she sold her soul to, but these encapsulate things perfect. And that's perfect. Thank you, Spirit. My God. Yes. So we're on that line between breakdown and breakthrough. How do we get through it this time? It's our choice. Flexibility is what comes through. If we're rigid whenever we're in either side here, there will always be a breakdown. Like I said, if we're trying to force fear out of our life, like it will not exist. Breakdown. Straight to jail, right? I only exist in the light. I'm only a light creature. Straight to jail. Breakdown. We're here to learn how to be flexible, to stretch so that we can dance, so that we can swing between the light and the shadow. And this is a time here in finding this flexibility in this dance where we're going to allow our heart to come back open, okay? I believe in you, Taurus, and thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that this message is helpful. Any questions or comments I'd love to hear in the comment section. I'm at a point here too with like negative comments, you guys. Straight to jail. I'm just really not interested. This is a safe space for things to be discussed, but I really don't give a shit about any negative comments towards anything about me. Okay, you're instantly going to be blocked. So just moving forward here, that's how it's going to be. If you guys need some help with something a little bit more personal or individual, I do have private readings open and available, and I can take another mentee next month. So if you're interested in checking either of those out, links are in the description of the video as well as a pinned comment. PayPal is in there if you feel called to donate to the channel. Super thanks is also welcome. Thank you guys to those who do. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe as well if you haven't already. Taurus, I love you. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very soon. Be well.